Physical development of the high school learners. On this lesson of you should be able to describe the physical and sexual changes accompanying puberty, identify the psychological consequence of early and late physical alterations in adolescence, identify the factor that enhance and depends the socio-emotional developments of adolescents, identify causes of possible habits disorders and way of coping with them. Present an abstract of a recent research related to the physical development of adolescents, drawing implication of this physical development concept to high school teaching, learning, and parenting. Defining adolescence. The word adolescence appears in the 15th century and came from the Latin words adolescere, which means to grow up or to grow into maturity. Adolescence is a period of the transitions in terms of physical, cognitive, and socio-emotional changes. The period of adolescence begins with the biological changes of puberty. Adolescence is a stage of the human development that coincides with puberty, a biological developments occurring at the average age of 11 for girls and 12 for boys. There are three stages of adolescence: early adolescence, middle adolescence, and late adolescence. Early adolescence, characterized by the puberty, may come of age of 11 and 12. Middle adolescence may meet identity issues with the age of 14 and 16. The late adolescence marks the transitions into adulthood at age of 17 and 20. Puberty changes. Throughout life, growth hormones condition gradual increase in body size and weight. Hormones including during adolescence cause an acceleration known as growth spurts. Growth spurts include changes in body dimension, leg length, shoulder width, trunk length. Spurt in height is ascribed to trunk growth rather than leg growth. Puberty is when a child's body begins to develop and change as they become an adult. In girls, develop breasts and start their period. In boys, develop a deeper voice and facial hair will start to appear. The average age for girls to begin puberty is 10, reaching its peak at age 11 and a half, while slow continual growth occurs for several more years, while boys is the average age in 12. Factors affecting development. In male, testosterone stimulates male characteristic comprised by spermacy, enlargement of the testis gland that produce sperm in the scrotum, growth of the penis, male organ for copulation's capacity for ejaculation, male sperm, voice changes, facial hair development or beard growth, and continuing growth of pubic hair. Occurring late in puberty, the lower of the voice caused by enlargement of the larynx and double lengthening of the voice cord is viewed to be most obvious aspect of adolescent development. In girls, androgen section triggers the beginning of the breast enlargement, appearance of pubic hairs, widening of the hips, and menarche or first menstruation. The elevation of the female breast is the first internal sign of puberty in girls, accompanied by growth of the uterus and vagina. Generally, girls achieve menarche begin age 11 until age 13. There are ethnic differences such as African American and European American girls exhibit secondary sex activities as early as 8 and 9 years, menarche as early as 11 and 12 years respectively. So let's proceed to the circular trend. When you say circular trend, it is the phenomenon or more rapid physical maturation during this century. In the 80s, girls in industrial societies has their first menstrual period at age of 15 and 17. And age late in repressed societies, today's boys reach their maximum height at age of 18 and 20, and 13 and 14 for girls. But adult height 100 years ago was at 23 to 25 for boys and in 19 to 20 for girls. The secular trends is ascribed to the varied factors such as interaction of genetic and environmental influence, improved healthcare and living conditions, and control of infectious disease. So let's now proceed to the sexual identity. Adolescence is a time of sexual exploration and experimentation with sexual fantasy and realities of incorporating sexually with one identity. Adolescents are concerned about their body image, sexual attractiveness, how to do sex, and the future of their sexual lives. Most adolescents manage to develop and mature sexual identity, but number go through it with much confusion. So the question is, how do adolescents develop a sexual identity? So an adolescent's sexual identity involves sexual orientation, activities, and interests, and style of behavior. Some adolescents are very anxious about sex and sexual activities. Others are only a bit anxious about sex and are sexually inactive. So when you talk about sexual orientation, it is a person's tendency to be attracted to people of the same sex or homosexual orientation. On the opposite sex is heterosexual orientation, or in the both sexes is the bisexual orientation. Freud proposed a model for the development of homosexual identity. So what is this? Sensation marked by the children's becoming aware of sex, same-sex attractions, identify, confusion. Sensation marked by the child's becoming aware of sex, same-sex attractions, identity, confusion when the youth is overwhelmed with a feeling of inner turmoil regarding sexual orientation. Identity assumption with adolescents come out of the family and assume a self-definition as gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender. Commitment with the young adult adopt a sexual identity as a lifestyle. So let us proceed to the self-esteem. When you say self-esteem, it is a major aspect of identity formation during this period of adolescence and self-esteem. It is defined as one's thoughts and feelings about one's self-concept and identity. Girls enjoy self-esteem through supportive relations with friends or others who can provide social and moral support. In contrast, boys are more prone to assert independence in defining their relationship, driving self-esteem from their ability to successfully influence others. The lack of romantic competence, failure to meet the affection of the opposite sex, can be a major contributor to low self-esteem in adolescent boys. In many years study, the end of the romantic relationship can affect both boys and girls, but girls are twice likely to experience depression, while boys are 3 or 4 times more likely to commit suicide. Moving on to the implication of childcare, education, and parenting. To meet the physical development of adolescent children, parents need to be aware of manifestation of behavior patterns that requires closer communication, guidance, and support. The teens is especially addicted to modern gadgets for music listening, video games, mobile phone communication, and social media posting. These activities cause shorter sleeping time that may contribute to increased level of daytime drowsiness, sleeping problems, and depression. In school, teachers need to be aware of the positive drop in self-esteem. Teachers need to be aware of the possible drop in self-esteem among adolescent learners. The teacher's support is crucial to protect adolescent learners against severe distress and anxiety over their school's work and social relationship. Adolescents and nutrients. It is necessary for adolescents to have sufficient amount of vitamins like vitamin B12, calcium, zinc, iron, riboflavin, and vitamin D. The vegetarian fad can be disastrous to adolescents who need vitamins, minerals, and protein with purely vegetable diet cannot provide. Vegetables are good, but this should be balanced with food intakes that form high-quality nutrients, including protein source in milk, dairy product, and eggs. Poor eating habits is manifested by oftenly skipping meals, frequent taking of snack foods like hamburger, fries, pizza, and soft drink at fast food eaters. So let's proceed to the body image and the adolescence. Consciousness about body image is strong during the adolescence period. It is important that adolescents feel confident about how they look, but the physical feature of the human body, like facial look, body size, color of skin, depends on genetic heritage, which must be respected. However, there is more body image than physical looks, and this concern good habit in relation to: first, cleanliness and grooming; second, proper wearing of clothes according to current styles; third, erect body posture; fourth, eye contact while communicating; and last is decorum or good form of confidence and decency.